cheap, expensive mead. How is it after a year? Welcome to the tasting room, where we drink adult beverages
and judge them.
I'm Brian.
I'm Derica.
And today we have Wailiki Blossom Mead and Macadamia Nut Mead from a year ago. I remember these were both really good.
Right. So the premise for these particular meads is that we took just our basic generic, I think it was Kirkland wildflower honey, and made a base mead, and then we back sweetened with these exotic honeys that come from Hawaii. So that way you don't have to spend lots of money to make
to
make a mead, but you still get the flavor profile of the more expensive honey.
Right. I did this backwards. I don't want to confuse them.
One of the things that we're noticing in the bottles right now is a lot of sediment did fall out. Now, we did let these sit for a while. I don't have a document of how long we let them sit.
A while, though.
But there's a significant amount, particularly in the macadamia nut. Now, it is a possibility. I don't know the actual transfer of the pollen through to honey, but because this was a nut pollen, maybe there was some fats in it. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Not even gonna try to speculate. Instead, I'm going to smell and drink some mead. Oh my God. They're so totally different. Just so you grasp the concept. The only difference between these two meads is what we back sweetened with. That's it.
That is a lovely complexity.
Oh yeah. The Wailiki Blossom has like this fruity, florally thing going on. It smells sweet. I remember these were on the sweeter side. We don't have notes on them saying that because I wrote the labels, so there's no information on them. The macadamia nut definitely has less of a floral thing, but
it's like
a rich,
a darker honey note with maybe a little bit of coffee or dark chocolate kind of in the aroma.
Yeah.
Where, like as Brian said with the Wailiki, it's more of a floral, almost citrus fruity note.
They
perhaps
are
like a
practically identical in
cranberry scent. But visually they are, very, very, very similar. All right. It's time to go in for the taste.
I actually like the smell of the macadamia nut better.
Yeah, I like the dark richness of the macadamia. The Wailiki.
There's a funk here that I'm not.
I appreciate both of them for their own merits, but if I had to pick one that I favored, I think I'd go with the macadamia nut as well.
But there's a funk in this one that I'm not sure what it is. You know, it's funky.
All right, let's see if it tastes funky.
Okay, which one do you want to taste?
So we're gonna start with the Wailiki.
All right, ladies first.
That is a lovely mead.
Yeah. It's sweet. It's flavorful. It's rich. It has just enough astringency to make it really interesting. It doesn't just like cloy.
But I get, like in the very, very like delayed back end, I get like kind of a wash down my throat of a honey sensation, which is delightful, particularly when drinking a mead.
There's a light citrusy note in there. Good. It's got a floral note, but in this way, it's not actually offending me.
No.
I actually like this. I remember when we first had these, I drank all of this. The Wailiki Blossom. I liked that one better than the macadamia.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that I like the smell of the macadamia better now side by side.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I really love the complexity that we're getting off the Wailiki flavor-wise. It feels and tastes a lot more than just a traditional honey mead. It feels like we added like spices and fruit and...
But what's amazing to me is that this does not taste like just a traditional Kirkland wildflower honey mead. It tastes drastically different. So the back sweetening, because it's not fermenting it, I think it's just giving this richness of these flavors that we might not get if we had fermented.
It feels like it's keeping the original character of that more expensive honey up front and present in the flavor profile.
And that was the whole premise of this test is, can you get away with using an expensive honey to just sweeten?
Motion detected at the front door.
Can you get away with using an expensive honey to just sweeten rather than have to ferment it? Let's try the macadamia.
flavor pairs nicely with the aroma for me on the macadamia nut. I'm not getting as much complexity as I did on the Wailiki.
No, but it's a nice, rich flavor.
It stands on its own, and it does have that deep, dark notes, like almost like a roasted sensation.
Yeah. They're both excellent, but they're vastly different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're more than 30% different.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's what we were hoping for.
And I'm glad that it retained that character after a year of aging. And this was something that we talked about when we originally made this recipe or this concept, is if we were even going to do a 1 year aging. So somebody smuggled 2 bottles away and the 1 year aging.
Yeah, she kept them from me somehow. I don't know how she managed to do that.
I put them so he doesn't know that they're there, and it just works out. But this is great. I'm really happy that this concept worked. What are you doing?
She knows what's coming.
And that after a year, it's still fantastic.
So to answer the question burning on everyone's mind, can you use an expensive or a unique or exotic honey to back sweeten and still get a good amount of the character of that honey into a mead using a cheaper honey? And this is still real honey, not that cheap crap that isn't actually honey.
Actual honey.
Into a cheaper, less expensive mead? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
But the real question I have is, what do they taste like when you put them together?
Blending.
Are we ready? Because
Sure.
we're not scoring this or anything, are we?
Well, we did and judged them.
All right, I'll judge them. I'll give you scores.
All right.
They're both 9s.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
It's that simple. No pomp and circumstance this time. They're both 9s. They're fantastic meads.
Yep.
I will enjoy these 2 bottles in the next few days, I'm sure. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm on board with blending these 2 because they were so drastically different.
The fruity, flowery, the rich, complex, rich, dark blended together might just be the best way to go. And that's something that we need to get more into, is blending meats together to create flavor profiles.
I don't want to say anything yet until you've had an experience with that. Once we've blended it, it tastes even more like honey.
Yeah.
And I think the reason being is that both of these honey types take a certain aspect of honey and separate it from the other flavor profiles and highlight it.
Yep, I agree.
So the Wailiki, has the floral notes and the citrusy notes that you can find in some honeys, where the macadamia nuts have more of the rich, darker, smoky notes.
When you put those together.
Put them together, it tastes more honey.
This is pretty fabulous. And I think these are like 11 or 12% too. These aren't like super weak. These are up there. This is honestly mixed together.
It's lovely.
I would drink either of those though on their own. Mixed together, it's a 10. Like that is a 10 to me. On their own, they're 9. So here's an example of the sum of its parts. Together, it's greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, that's good drinking.
So, at the end of the day, feel free, mix and match. Don't think that you have to ferment with honey and then use that same honey for back sweetening. You can definitely use a cheaper honey to ferment with and then add the exotic or expensive one at the end. Like Manuka is one that people have been asking us to ferment. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that because it's just so expensive. But
I could buy a little bit of Manuka just for back sweetening.
You can even back sweeten by the bottle if you really wanted to.
Sure.
I mean, there's so many ways to go here. I think that's really, really cool.
I will make sure to link our recipe and concept videos in the description below of this video. So that way, if you want to go back and watch how we created these meads, you can.
Yep. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.
Bye-bye.